What a remarkable story. You are one of 89 lost girls who came to the United States in 2010 after living 8 years in a refugee camp in northern Kenya. You've experienced quite a lot of trauma in your childhood during the civil war that took place in Sudan. And now you've dedicated your life to helping women and children who have been victimized and traumatized by war and violence themselves. The work is endless, really, that you've done. And you've also written an amazing book that we are grateful to hear your voice in, What They Meant for Evil. And that's available really everywhere, right? Your life and your work is phenomenal. And we first want to just honor you and the work that you're doing and honor the fact that you're using your voice for good. If I could just start with one question very quickly.
So first of all, I made it. And second, I had an opportunity, meaning that I came to United States when I was 15 as one of the lost girls of Sudan. So when I came to United States and had to start over, have a place that is, stability, I will go to school and don't have to worry. So when I had that safety of family, stability, and school, then I was like, okay, what happened to me was happened to the millions of children around the world. But I was spared this opportunity to come here. So what do I do with it? And then I'm like, okay, my life story is hurtful to me and it traumatized me. So, but at the same time, it's not about me. We need to get to the point where we think that our story is like your story and my story. It's more than you and I. The experience might happen to only you, but the story in itself is more than one person. So that's what gave me courage to write my book, What They Meant for Evil. And I was really nervous. I didn't want to do it because I didn't want to relive some memories, but the thing is, I was lying to myself. I was living the memories. Future of Rebecca Deng, she was almost given up for post-marriage at 15, 14. She left Kakuma Refugee Camp 2 days before she left. She was assaulted. She came to United States. As a result of that, she had a baby in high school. But she, on top of that, has an immigrant that didn't know English, but had a community around her. So that love was so important, and that pushed me to be the woman I am today. So for me, actually, to keep my story to myself will not do justice to humanity. I have to show the ugliness of humanity and also the beauty of humanity. So I start writing it down, and I just keep writing and writing. I wrote over 200 pages on my iPhone. So I shared that with a friend, and a friend was like, Rebecca, you have to really share this with publishers because and your story is really important for others people. But I was whole hostage by my fear, right? I was like, well, people can hear from my accent. I come from somewhere, but they don't need to know the dirty stuff that comes with my historical identity, But as I keep thinking about it, and it's like, what is really true healing? And then I start thinking about the poetry that is a Japanese thing, where they take broken stuff and then they put gold or silver around the crack. They say that the object become more beautiful now because of its brokenness. And the whole idea is that you don't minimize where the brokenness happened. You highlight it actually by putting thing and making it. You can trace your hand where the brokenness happened. And it's to say that brokenness is okay, but it can be fixed. So I was like, you know what? I had that opportunity to be fixed. So those are my crack being filled in. I have my education now. So I really have to share my story as an encouragement for others people. Most important part of my book is forgiveness. Forgiveness is really important in there. Nobody will leave this world not being hurt one. So in my book is walking people through how traumatic event happen, hurting happen. But how do you move from those hurting and turning them into something that is encouragement to the world and to yourself, and also to say, you know what, I have come so far and I have went through all of these things, but I'm here today. So you know what, I'm a fighter and we're gonna keep going. And of course, in between, there's issues, hard issues of abuse and, a girl that have been yearning for education and a lot of struggle on the way, but finally got her education. Yeah.
Thank you again, Rebecca, for being with us today and for sharing a bit of your story. And we are all listening, we're learning, and this is an opportunity for us really to practice forgiveness, to grow in our empathy, to do the work of good and justice in the world. And thank you that you're a reminder to all of us that no matter where we begin and no matter what has happened to us, that we can actually overcome and we can be a catalyst for change in our world today. That certainly is your story, and you inspire us to do the same. So thank you, thank you, thank you for being with us.